Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Darren, and today I took some time off to simply play the beta version of the game. It's been a while since I actually leveled in the beta, because I was trying to save most of the experience for the release of the game. So to satisfy my leveling urge, and my want to hold off for the experience until 30th, I decided to do some leveling as different classes. Mostly to get used to some of the abilities they'll be using in PvP, arenas or battlegrounds. While sitting in my room like a nerd on Sunday playing video games, I came across a few specs on the Legion beta that I really wanted to showcase you guys. Some of the most unique playstyles currently in Legion. I'm a big sucker for unconventional playstyles, as my experience with Combat Rogues during Pandaria days, and these few really stood out to me. At one point I was considering playing one of these specializations for Legion, but I know I'll be too busy enjoying my Outlook Rogue once the game launches. But I am going to be holding on to these specializations as possible alts in the future patches. So without further ado, let's take a look at my list of specializations in Legion that have probably the most unique playstyles in the game. First specialization on the list is the Survival Hunter. Survival went through a few big changes in Legion by going from a range spec to a melee spec of a hunter. The big idea behind the spec is to provide all the hunter spells and utilities, but give the hunter a melee weapon instead. It's crazy. I think the hunter utilities, same spells that you would use at range, but now you would be using them up close. The spec is definitely one of the most unconventional in the game. You get a variety of ranged and melee abilities allowing you to close in and retreat at whim, without losing too much DPS. It is also the only specialization with traps since they removed those from Beast Mastery and Marksman. At first when playing the specialization, I thought that I might need to get as many melee spells in order to deal damage. That didn't work quite as well as I thought. I tried maybe going all dot damage, and that didn't work as well either. Well, what works? Well, the good thing is, for survival, everything works. Everything works for the specialization, from traps to strong melee strikes, to bleeds from fire grenades, to even ranged axe tosses. Everything is possible. The fact that you can do almost anything for damage gives you diversity in your playstyle. In the early iterations, the spec felt very much confusing, but in our recent changes, you gotta do the opposite of building a wall, but rather keep an open mind and you will enjoy the specialization to its fullest. Such a good change and such a unique playstyle. The next spec on the list is the Demonology Warlock. While most classes wish to sling the strongest spells and swing the biggest swords, Demonology Warlocks on the other hand allow the demon armies to fight their battles. You summon demon dogs, demon imps, demon dreadlords, demon eye monsters, you name it. If you like summoning armies of demons while buffing them to fight and destroy your foes, then this is a spec for you. I honestly enjoy the specialization for leveling and PvP purposes, even though at early iterations on the beta, it was a bit underwhelming. After a few adjustments, the specialization got a little bit better in terms of damage, but what makes the spec interesting is the playstyle itself. Hunters have been known to play with their pets and have spells that directly benefit off their pets in the past. But Demonology Warlock takes this to a whole new level, basically giving itself many summoning spells in terms of damage spells. This very NPC pet reliant playstyle is one I can definitely appreciate. I like the idea of sitting in the back, the puppet master behind the scenes, swarm of demons attacking your foes. The next specialization is the Disciplined Priest, probably one of the most interesting healers in the game, in my opinion. The playstyle for Disc is a mix of damage and healing, which is very unconventional for healers. We have seen Shockadins in the past, paladins specializing themselves so they can deal damage with their spells and cooldowns, but usually a gimmicky playstyle that wasn't meant to have a healing synergy. This priest heals to heal and damages to heal, making them a very versatile healer to bring in a dungeon or a raid group. This priest still benefit from having absorbs, simple heals, shadow heals with drawback effects, as well as holy and shadow magic to damage their foes. For the longest time, priests have had 2 healing specializations and 1 damage specialization, which was unique for the class itself. I always found it weird to pick between 2 healing specs, mainly because one is usually better than the other for PvP or PvE. But Disc tried to make a compromise. While staying as a fully functional healer, it brings damage options to the mix, giving you a mixed playstyle with a lot of variety and, in my opinion, excitement. The last specialization on the list that I have for this video is the Windwalker Monk. Since Legion, Windwalker Monk's mastery changed the playstyle of monks altogether. You still throw punches and kicks around, but now you're supposed to follow a strict mechanic where you cannot repeat your abilities 2 times in a row. force the players to think of their spells they're throwing out instead of just spamming them, like how most classes are played. This gives Monks players so much more variety and thought into every spell, planning ahead your chi and abilities you are going to be using in the future. This is a small change, not as many overall class changes as the other specializations we talked about, but this mastery gives you the whole new experience of a Windwalker monk. It used to be all about setups during your stun locks and mashing out as many of your buttons as possible until the target is dead, but now we're getting a Pandaria quote incorporated into the spec. Slow down, life is to be savored, and I guess your strong Rise and Sun kicks and Fist of Fury are to be savored as well. This slow down of the rotation makes you appreciate every spell you throw out as a Windwalker monk. I honestly find the rotation adjustment combined with awesome mobility and decent healing output a pleasure to play. So this is what I have for you guys on the list for the specs in Legion that are most interesting in my opinion. A lot of the classes got changed in Legion, a lot of playstyles got improved, and some were completely redesigned. But these are the 4 that I found the most unique in my opinion. What are your thoughts? Do you guys agree with the list? If you don't, then let me know which specs would you guys put on your list of unique playstyles of specializations in Legion. Let me know in the comments everything you guys have. I enjoy seeing you guys' responses. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, I had a ton of fun making this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Big thanks for the 30k subscribers, guys. I cannot say it enough how much I appreciate you guys' support, allowing me to do what I do. 30,000 people is a lot of people. It's a lot of accounts. It's a pretty big number, and it just makes me want to try that much harder for you guys. Again, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in another video.